What's up, ladies and gents? Ben Pakulski coming at you with Ab Training 101. I've actually never done an ab training video on YouTube, so this is new and this is exciting. And I actually pride myself in my ab training, even though many of you may see it as not being one of my strengths. I've just come to realize how much I've been fighting against myself for the last 10 years, maybe 12, having had a hernia. So many of you know I've had my hernia repaired in March this year, 2013. So it's been almost 4 months since I've had it fixed, and I've obviously restarted training my abs, and it's unbelievable the difference that now that I have this healed, I don't have to fight against myself. So what I found now that I'm training it again, the ability to contract my abs is 10 times greater than it's ever been before. In the past, I'd have a hard time. I would always be very specific in my contraction because that's the way I train, but I would find that other things would take over. My abs would fatigue very quickly. They would actually cramp very, very quickly. So now that I've been training for about 4 weeks again, the ability to contract my abs has increased tenfold. So it's actually allowed me to try some different exercises. I'm a lot stronger. My ability to hold the contraction is much greater, whereas before, literally, it would come out, I would put it in a contracted position and it would give out. So obviously, because there was a hole in the abdominal wall, all the other surrounding muscles would have to take over to compensate because this muscle wasn't firing properly. So now I'm going to give you guys some insights into how I train my abs. Specificity of contraction is extremely important. And this is the exercise that I actually use to teach my body how to contract. As a bodybuilder or someone who's aspiring to be a physique model or a figure model or anything like that, how you contract your abdominals is the most important thing. So going through a movement, using everything possible to complete that movement is a waste of your time. It's not the goal. If you're trying for athletic performance, trying to move something from A to B as many times as possible, awesome. That's athletic performance. So for someone who's looking for optimal physique enhancement, the way you do it is extremely important. So what I'm going to suggest is you guys can use a ball. You guys can use any type of sit-up apparatus where your feet are restrained. So now what I've been shown to do, and I find it very, very effective, is you actually put your hands, open your hands like this, put your hands on your obliques. Feel where your obliques are. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pull my knees together so everything's in a straight line. You can actually activate your knees right together if you like, just don't let them fall apart. But keep everything in a straight line, and right here I feel my obliques. So what I'm going to do is you're going to watch my fingers. I let my obliques stretch, and then I let them suck in. What I'm actually thinking about doing is pulling them in and almost like tucking them in my pants. So it's like this, so I let it stretch, so I feel them open, and then I feel them contract. So what I'm thinking about doing is literally this and this. So what I'm consciously thinking about doing is pulling my abdominal wall this way. So I don't want to push it this way, I want to pull it this way. So what I'm thinking about doing is sucking in and pulling my obliques literally down into my pants. So it's forcing me to suck in and contracting at the same time. So you're contracting your rectus abdominis, your exterior abdominal obliques, and your TVA, your transverse abdominis. So transverse abdominis has the function of this. So your abs, it sucks in. Rectus obviously flex and extend, flexes the spine. And your exterior abdominal obliques are your obliques, which kind of pull everything in and twist. So hands are nice and flat on my obliques. I feel the obliques elongate. Contract. And if you watch, I'm literally trying to shove my fingers. Well, I'm not trying to shove my fingers, but my fingers are almost trying to go into my pants because of the movement of my abdominal wall. It's like trying to tuck it into my belt. Exhale, blow it out. And you notice it's not a continuous movement. I'm actually getting into the contracted position and staying there and trying to really, really focus on that contraction. When bodybuilders go on stage, what do? And we hold. We don't go, right? So we get there, we hold. And for anyone who's competed before, tell me how your abs feel the next day. 1, they look insane. 2, they're sore because you're spending so much time in a contracted position. I've become a believer that spending time in a contracted position for 5 to 10 seconds during an ab workout is optimal because not only are you training those muscles to stay short, which is really the only goal, so you want to keep them as tight and contracted as possible, you're also learning control. So stretch, suck it in. And notice I'm not going too far going past here, there's no more resistance because obviously my body is my resistance. So I'm trying to stay slightly back while contracting this way, bringing my ribs to my pelvis. What you can't see that I'm doing is constantly trying to pull my belly button toward my back. So literally the goal is everything is doing this. It's not this, it's this. There you have it. Ab training 101. Think about the functions of the abs. Think about trying to flex and extend the spine, not hip movement. Movement does not look like this, it looks like this. Ben Pakulski, out.